Commonwealth versus Daniel Lewis. Commonwealth versus Shaquan Jacobs. Commonwealth versus Wallace Duarte.
At approximately 11 o'clock last Thursday night, Adam Coveney was found shot. He subsequently died at Newton Wellesley Hospital. An autopsy revealed that he died from a .22 caliber projectile. On that evening, and all 5 people that were in this car have made statements. These 2 individuals, Mr. Jacobs, along with Mr. Lewis, had a plan with the Benjamin Peirce, and that plan was to rob Mr. Coveney. Mr. Duarte was driving the motor vehicle, and they entered Waltham with that plan. Mr. Peirce was the one who knew Mr. Coveney. Mr. Coveney had sold him drugs in the past. It was an expectation that there was going to be a drug purchased by Mr. Coveney at that time. Mr. Peirce, Mr. Jacobs, and Mr. Lewis had a plan where Mr. Jacobs and Mr. Lewis were going to hide behind a tree line. And Mr. Peirce was going to go up, enter in a conversation, and when he gave a certain signal, Mr. Jacobs and Mr. Lewis were going to rush forward and participate in a robbery. They were going to pretend to be robbing Mr. Peirce additionally. What happened was Mr. Peirce gave that signal. Mr. Jacobs and Mr. Lewis rushed forward. Mr. Lewis was armed with a handgun. Once Mr. Coveney was knocked to the ground, all 3 defendants, that being Mr. Peirce, Mr. Jacobs, and Mr. Lewis, began to kick him. The autopsy revealed the bruising consistent with that kicking that took place. Before they left the area, attempting to rob him, Mr. Lewis took the handgun, fired it. It struck Mr. Coveney in the lower left quadrant. The bullet traveled up inside his body and resulted in his death. They fled to the motor vehicle. Mr. Duarte, who knew that they were going to commit the robbery, was in the motor vehicle at the time along with another individual. When they entered the motor vehicle, Mr. Lewis said, "Go, go, go, drive, drive, drive," and Mr. Duarte drove them away from the scene of the crime. As he did that, Mr. Lewis revealed to every member of the group that was in there, and 4 people have confirmed this. 4 people made statements from the car that he had fired and shot into Mr. Coveney. Along with that, at that time, Mr. Lewis still had the weapon with him. Subsequently, Mr. Jacobs took that weapon, hid it for him in a bag. Mr. Jacobs told the police where to find that bag. The police recovered that bag. It was a .22 caliber weapon, the same as the projectile. This is a clear case of a felony murder. They were going to commit an armed robbery. I think it's reasonable to suggest that robbing a drug, someone who was selling drugs, they thought they weren't going to get reported. But in this case, they took it that extra step. Mr. Lewis, in particular, firing that weapon. They were all involved. They knew it was going to be a robbery. It's inherent in that type of felony, that the danger of that, and they knew that. And they took Mr. Coveney's life. With regards to Mr. Jacobs and Mr. Lewis, I would ask them to be held without bail. There's no reason to believe that, based on these facts, based on all their statements, including Mr. Jacobs admitting to the crime, that there's a likelihood that they're ever going to come back to court, Your Honor, if they are released. So I'd ask the 2 on the murder to be held without bail.
When you say all their statements, you may think I know about what statements you're referring to.
Certainly. There's 5 statements. Everybody in the car makes a statement, Your Honor. Mr. Lewis originally...
What name defendant?
That's correct, Your Honor. There's a 5th person that who they know who's in the car, but we didn't want to say her name in public at this precise moment. Mr. Lewis claims that he is in the motor vehicle, but says that he gets dropped off. He's the person that the other 4 people point to as the person with the gun and the shooter. Mr. Jacobs reveals that they had a plan to do the robbery, and he indicates that when he went to the scene, they heard the words that Mr. Peirce was going to give so that they knew it was time for a robbery. He ran over. After they kicked Mr. Coveney on the ground, trying to get the drugs from him, Mr. Jacobs at that time fled from the scene, tried to jump over a fence, and ripped his pants, but got back to the car. As he's going over the fence, he hears a popping sound behind him. When he gets back to the car, Mr. Lewis is following quickly behind him. He hears Mr. Lewis get into the car, say, go, 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 drive, 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 and admit to shooting Mr. Coveney while he's on the ground. Mr. Lewis believed he had shot him in the buttocks area. The autopsy reveals he was quite wrong, and he shot him in the lower left quadrant with a bullet traveling up into his upper abdomen, into the lung and heart area, and taking his life. Mr. Peirce, when he tells the story to the police originally, he says that a robbery was planned, but it wasn't his plan, it was Mr. Lewis's plan. Subsequently, as we've talked to more of the witnesses that were in the car, it's clear that Mr. Peirce set it up. But he did confirm the other people's statements that it was Mr. Lewis who had the gun. Mr. Duarte indicates that he knew the robbery was going to take place, but he didn't get out of the car, which is confirmed by the other people's statements. But that after he knew the robbery was going to take place, he drove from the scene knowing that Mr. Lewis had shot Mr. Coveney. So he knew the plan was coming, he knew the shooting had taken place, and he drove from the scene. The last witness, whose name I'm not going to mention in public right at this precise moment, she indicated that she was in the car, that they knew a robbery was going to take place, and that Mr. Lewis got in the car and admitted to shooting. So every one of the people has placed themselves in the car, except that Mr. Lewis says he gets out of the car before the robbery. But we have 4 other witnesses, many of them co-defendants, making statements against their penal interest, who are indicating that he is the shooter. The gun that is recovered as a result of Mr. Jacobs' statement is consistent with the projectile that is found in the autopsy. I'm sorry, Your Honor, did you want me to further? Okay. So I was asking for both Mr. Jacobs and Mr. Lewis to be held without bail in the murder case, because it is a solid, Mr. Jacobs in particular has admitted to all the elements of the crime. With regards to Mr. Duarte, he's been charged with accessory after the fact. Attorney Kelly and I have agreed, with your honest consent, that $20,000 bail is appropriate in this case. He is a citizen of Brazil, that if he makes that $20,000, he should turn his passport over. He has to surrender his passport, which is currently in possession, I believe, of probation. And that he have an ankle bracelet, so that if he does try to flee, we'd be alerted, the Commonwealth and the court would be alerted that he's breaking his terms of release. So I believe that's agreed with Attorney Kelly.
Those conditions be set without prejudice at this time.
Set without prejudice.